Human reproduction, NCERT based single sentence questions. Let's start. Type of reproduction and type of production in human. Type of reproduction in human is sexual reproduction and the type of production viviparous. Formation of gametes in human is called gametogenesis. Transfer of sperms into the female genital tract in human is called insemination. Fission of male-female gamete leading to the formation of zygote is called fertilization. Formation and development of blastocyst and its attachment to the uterine wall is called implantation. Process of embryonic development in female human is called gestation. Delivery of the baby after gestation is called parturition. Reproductive events occur in human after the puberty age. There are remarkable differences between the reproductive events in the male and in the female. For example, sperm formation in the male, sperm formation continues in old men, whereas but formation of ovum in women is going to be ceased over. Arrange the given in sequence with respect to human. Location of male reproductive system in human. Location of male reproductive system in human, pelvic region. Male reproductive system include a pair of testes, accessory glands, and the external genitalia. The testis situated outside the abdominal cavity within a pouch called scrotum. The dash helps in maintaining, the scrotum helps in maintaining low temperature of the testis 2 to 2.5 degrees centigrade, lower than the normal internal body temperature necessary for spermatogenesis. In adults, each testis oval in shape with a length of about 4 to 5 centimeter, and the width is about 2 to 3 centimeter. The testis is covered by dense covering. The dense covering connective tissue called tunica vaginalis, parietalis, and visceralis. Each testis has about 250 compartments called testicular lobules. Each lobule of the testis contains 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubules. Okay. Then each seminiferous tubule is lined on its inside by two types of cells called male germ cells and spermatogonia. Male germ cells, which we call spermatogonia. The male germ cells, spermatogonia, and serotoli cells. The male germ cells undergo meiotic divisions, finally leading to the sperm formation, while serotoli cells provide nutrition. The regions outside the seminiferous tubules called interstitial spaces contain small blood vessels, and interstitial cells are Leydig cells. Dash cells synthesize and secrete testicular hormones called Leydig cells secrete testicular hormones called androgens. Cells in the interstitial spaces of the testes. Cells in the interstitial spaces of the testes which are helped to fight against the infections called immunologically competent cells. The male accessory ducts include retitestes and vasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens. Seminiferous tubules of the testes open into the vasa efferentia through retitestes. The vasa efferentia leave the testes and open into epididymis. Located along the posterior surface of each testis. Epididymis leads to vas deferens. That ascends to the abdomen and loop over the urinary bladder. Dash receives a duct from seminal vesicle and opens into urethra as the dash duct. Epididymis receive a duct from seminal vesicle and opens into urethra as ejaculatory duct. Dash ducts store and transport the sperms from the testis to the outside through urethra. Ejaculatory duct. The urethra originates from the urinary bladder. And extends through the penis and the external opening called urethral meatus. The dash is the male external genitalia which is made up of special tissue that helps in the dash of the penis to the facilitate. The penis is the external genitalia which is made up of special type of tissue that helps in erection. The corpora cavernosa, the two columns of corpora cavernosa are the special tissue that helps in insemination process. The insemination process. The enlarged end of the penis is called glans penis, and the loose fold of the skin is called prepuce. The male accessory glands include paid seminal vesicles and prostate glands and the bulbourethral glands. Secretions of dash glands constitute seminal vesicles. The secretions of seminal vesicles constitute the seminal plasma, which is rich in fructose and calcium and certain enzymes, along with prostate gland. Secretions of these glands also helps in the lubrication of the penis. Bulbourethral glands. Location of testes, accessory ducts, glands, and external genitalia in male. Pelvic region. Singular and plural form of male gonads respectively. Testes and testes. Or we say it as testicles. A long, narrow muscular tube whose mucosa consists of pseudostratified epithelium and lamina propria, that is vas deferens. In male, it is the shade, common terminal duct of the reproductive and urinary systems, urethra. The structure which serves as a urinary duct and also intromittent organ that transfers spermatozoa to vagina of the female, penis. A pair of simple tubular glands present posterior inferior to the urinary bladder in the pelvis. Seminal vesicle. Structure formed by the vas deferens, nerves, blood vessel, and other tissues which runs from the abdominal wall down to each testicle through the inguinal canal is spermatic cord. Fibrous envelope which encloses the testis is fibrous envelope which encloses the testis is tunica albuginea. Number of testicular lobules in each testis and number of seminal feminiferous tubules in each lobule. 250 testicular lobules are present. In them, 1 to 3 in each lobule will find 1 to 3 seminiferous tubules. The cavity of the scrotal sac is connected to the abdominal cavity through this canal, inguinal canal. A fibrous cord that connects the testis with the bottom of the scrotum, gubernaculum. The testis held in position in the scrotum by this fibrous cord, gubernaculum. Fibrous envelope of the testis which extends inward to form septa that partition the testis into lobules is called tunica albuginea. Highly coiled structures located in the lobules of testis are seminiferous tubules. Pouch of serous membrane which covers the testis is called tunica vaginalis. Hormone produced from serotoli cells is inhibin. Most important androgen is testosterone. Hormone which controls the development of secondary sexual characters and spermatogenesis is testosterone. Hormone which inhibit the secretion of FSH. Hormone which inhibit the secretion of FSH. Inhibin till age of puberty. Undifferentiated male germ cells present in the seminiferous tubule are called spermatogonia. A network of tubules in the testis carrying spermatozoa from the seminiferous tubule to the vasa efferentia are called retitestes. The testes descend into the scrotum from abdomen during this period, just before birth. The condition in which the testes do not descend into the scrotum is called cryptorchidism. Cryptorchidism. The vasa efferentia leave the testis and open into a narrow, tightly coiled tube called epididymis. A mass of connective tissue at the back of the testis that encloses the retitestis is mediastinum testis. Duct which starts from the tail of epididymis, vas deferens. Duct which provide larger storage space for sperms and gives time for maturation is epididymis. Long narrow muscular tube which pass out from the inguinal canal, vas deferens. Duct which provide an exit for urine and semen, urethra. Narrow, tightly coiled tube which is located along the posterior surface of each testis is epididymis. Two ejaculatory ducts carrying spermatozoa and the fluid secreted by seminal vesicle converge in the center of the prostate and open into ejaculatory duct. Number of columns of tissue in the penis of male human, 3 columns. Ductus deferens and ductus ejaculatarius are also called vas deferens. Ductus deferens is also called vas deferens. Ductus ejaculatarius is also called ejaculatory duct. Part of epididymis which opens into the vas deferens, that is chorda epididymis. Middle part of epididymis, corpus epididymis. Part of epididymis which vasa efferentia opens, caput epididymis. Vas deferens and the duct of the seminal vesicle unite to form a short duct called ejaculatory duct. Duct which originates from the neck of the urinary bladder and extends through the penis, urethra. Columns of connective tissue located in the dorsal or upper side of the penis is corpora cavernosa. Corpora cavernosa. Columns of connective tissue located on the ventral side of the testis is corpus spongiosum. All the 3 columns of penis are enclosed by 3 columns of penis are enclosed by skin and subcutaneous layer. Enlarged and bulbous end of the penis is called glans penis. Connective tissue of penis which urethra transverse through is corpus spongiosum. Location of urethral meatus, it is in penis, particularly in corpus spongiosum. Seminiferous tubules opens into retitestis. Vasa efferentia opens into epididymis. Vasa efferentia opens into epididymis. Vas deferens opens into ejaculatory duct. Passage of the spermatozoa from seminiferous tubules to epididymis through these ducts. Retitestis, it starts from retitestis, then from the retitestis to vasa efferentia. Passage of spermatozoa from epididymis to vagina of female. From epididymis, ejaculatory duct. From epididymis, it goes to the ejaculatory duct. From ejaculatory duct, it reaches to urethra. The duct which each seminal vesicle opens into vas deferens. Fructose of seminal vesicle become major source of energy for sperms when the seminal fluid reaches here, ejaculatory duct. The substances of seminal vesicle which is believed to aid fertilization by causing the mucous lining of the cervix to be more receptive to sperm, prostaglandins. The gland which surrounds the prostate urethra and sends its secretion through several ducts is prostate gland. Substance of seminal vesicle which aids the movement of the sperm towards the ovum with peristaltic contraction of the uterus and fallopian tube after coitus is prostaglandins. Bulbourethral glands are also called Cowper glands. The fluid secreted by these glands lubricate the urethra, Cowper glands. Secretions of this gland is thought to act as a flushing agent that washes out the acidic urinary residues that may remain in the urethra before the semen is ejaculated. Secretions of Cowper glands. Connective tissue of penis which helps in the erection of the penis to facilitate insemination. Corpora cavernosa. Loose fold of the skin which cover the penis is prepuce. The penis is the male external genitalia, and it is made up of special tissue that helps in erection of the penis to facilitate insemination. The enlarged end of the penis is called glans penis and is covered by loose fold of skin called foreskin. Actually, answer came here, glans penis and foreskin, which is called prepuce. The loose skin sheet said to be prepuce. The male accessory glands include paid seminal vesicles, and a prostate gland is present, and paid bulbourethral glands. The secretions of bulbourethral glands also helps in the lubrication of the penis. The male accessory gland include a pair of seminal vesicle, a prostate gland, and paid Cowper glands or bulbourethral glands. Secretions of these glands constitute the seminal plasma, which is rich in fructose, calcium, and certain enzymes. Secretions of bulbourethral glands also helps in the lubrication of the penis. Female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries along with a pair of oviducts and cervix is uterus, cervix, vagina, and the external genitalia located in the pelvic region. Ovulation, fertilization, pregnancy, birth, and child care are done by female reproductive system. Primary female sex organ that produce the female gamete and several steroid hormones is ovaries. The dash are located on each side of the lower abdomen. The ovaries are located on each side of the lower abdomen. Each ovary is about 2 to 4 centimeter in length and is connected to the pelvic wall and uterus by ligaments, which we call it as mesoovarium. Each ovary is covered by a thin epithelium which encloses the ovarian stroma. That the stroma is divided into two zones, a peripheral cortex and inner medulla. The oviducts are fallopian tubes, we say. Oviduct or fallopian tube, uterus and vagina constitute the female accessory ducts. Female accessory duct. Each fallopian tube is about 10 to 12 centimeter long and extend from the periphery of each ovary to the uterus. The part closer to the ovary is a funnel shape. The part closer to the ovary is the funnel shaped infundibulum. Edges of the infundibulum passes finger-like projections called the finger-like projections called fimbriae, and which helps in the collection of the ovum after ovulation. The infundibulum leads to a wider part of the oviduct is called ampulla. The last part of the oviduct dash has narrow lumen and it joins the uterus, isthmus. Uterus is single. Uterus is also called womb. Shape of the uterus like inverted pear shape. Uterus supported by ligaments attached to the pelvic wall are called mesometrium. Uterus opens into the vagina through a narrow duct called cervix. The cavity of the cervix is called cervical canal dash, which cervical canal, which along with vagina it forms the birth canal. Along with vagina it forms the birth canal. The wall of the uterus has 3 layers of tissue: the external thin membranous perimetrium, middle outer layer perimetrium, and a middle thick layer of smooth muscle we call myometrium, and the inner glandular layer is said to be endometrium. Answers we got: perimetrium, myometrium, endometrium. Outermost layer perimetrium, middle myometrium, inner endometrium. The dash undergoes cyclical changes. The endometrium undergoes cyclical changes during menstrual cycle, while the myometrium exhibits strong contraction during the delivery of the baby. The dash genitalia, external genitalia, include mons pubis, labia majora and labia minora, and hymen and clitoris. All these are in female external genitalia. Cushion of fatty tissue covered by skin and pubic hair is mons pubis. Paired folds of the tissue under the labia majora is labia minora. Fleshy folds of tissue which extend down from the mons pubis and surround the vaginal opening, labia majora. The hymen is often torn during the first coitus. However, it can be also be broken by a sudden faral jolt, insertion of a vaginal tampon, active participation in some sports like riding and cycling. The tiny finger-like structures which lies at the upper junction of the two labia minora above the urethral opening is clitoris. The opening of the vagina is often covered partially by a membrane called hymen. In some women, the hymen persists even after coitus. True. In fact, the presence or absence of hymen is not a reliable indicator of virginity or sexual experience. True. Alveoli opens into mammary tubules. Alveoli opens into mammary tubule. Mammary tubule opens into mammary ducts, and all the mammary ducts opens into mammary ampulla, which leads to the lactiferous duct. A functional mammary gland is a characteristic of all female mammals. Paired structures that contain glandular tissue and variable amount of fat, which is a characteristic of all female mammal, is mammary gland. The glandular tissue of each breast is divided into 15 to 20 mammary tubules containing clusters of cells called alveoli. Cluster cells of alveoli contain mammary lobes, secrete milk which is stored in the cavities of alveoli. The dash open into mammary lobes. Alveoli opens into mammary lobes. Alveoli opens into mammary lobes. The tubules of each lobe joins to form a mammary duct. Joins to form mammary duct. Several mammary ducts join to form a wider mammary ampulla, which is connected to the lactiferous duct through which milk is sucked out. Process of formation of gametes from the primary sex organs is called gametogenesis. So let's continue the gametogenesis in the next video.